Astros by a final score of 2-1. The Tigers and the Astros will play tonight at 8:10. Jordan Zimmerman and Garrett Cole.
By the way, what a dumb play by Giannis. I mean, if he stays in second, he's in scoring position.
Hey, man.
With 2 outs.
It's like getting picked off at second base in the Catholic League Championship game. There's just certain things you cannot do in those positions. We're talking about this whole Stephen Ross thing. Stephen Ross, of course, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, and he's been taken off the Social Justice Committee. He obviously drew heavy criticism for his decision to host a fundraiser for President Trump's re-election campaign, which I don't think should disqualify him to be part of any committee of the National Football League, including a Social Justice Committee. He is not the president. He is a guy who supports the president, which he's certainly entitled to do. He's also entitled to have different opinions from the president, and that's, I think, one of the things Stephen Ross has tried to say in the last couple of weeks since this whole thing blew up, and that is, look, I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't think I agree with everything that he does, but, that's his right to do.
Yes.
And I think this is one of the biggest problems facing our country today, is that people just stick their fingers in their ears and they go la 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 la, as opposed to, okay, why do you think the way you think? Why do you think the way you think? Okay, well, can I explain to you why? And can you explain to me why? And you do have a better understanding of it. I mean, I a few years ago started on Twitter, at least, following people that I don't agree with at all, because I'm curious.
That's why you follow me?
I started following people that I don't agree with at all because I'm curious. Because I don't want to be one of those people who just says, I'm right and you're wrong. I mean, what good does that do? I mean, I am a big fan of reading historical articles or books about great times of agreement in American history. I read a book one time about the deep friendships had between former presidents like Bush and Clinton, who were great friends before President Bush passed away. And, I mean, Clinton ran a whole campaign just destroying him and beat him after just one term, and yet they became great friends because of this common bonds they found with each other, That's the stuff I just wish could happen more often. Brian in Ann Arbor, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hey, Brian.
Look, let me be clear. I am not a supporter of the president, but that shouldn't disqualify anyone from working on a kind of committee where you're trying to find common ground. This right there is a microcosm of one of the biggest problems that we have in this country right now. We have people that only listen to news on both sides of the aisle that tell them what they want to hear. And this is the same kind of a thing. When you're trying to find common ground on issues, there's going to be things on both sides that have to be talked about. And it just seems almost to me like the players are being very big-headed and assuming that everything that they think is right and everything someone else thinks is wrong. You're not going to get anywhere doing that. It's just not.
I agree.
Totally.
And you got to understand, too, in the National Football League, a lot of the focus has been on, the protests of guys like Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed. But there's plenty of NFL players who support the president.
Yes.
Who support Stephen Ross and who voted for the president and will vote for him again when he runs for re-election. And that's what the committee should represent. It's supposed to be a cross-section. I mean,
they can't even, people can't even agree about what Kaepernick and Reed are actually protesting.
Right.
What are you looking for? I mean, there's debate about that.
Right.
So to have Stephen Ross removed from this committee makes no sense to me.
I'm always amused by groups touting the rights of others, attacking the free speech of the people they don't support. That's from Alan New Boston.
He's right.
A match made in heaven. Trump supporters wanting to be political martyrs and Trump haters wanting to punish Trump supporters. I'm going to give Stephen Ross the benefit of the doubt here. I don't even think he's trying to be a martyr. No, I think he's probably, what's the guy, 77 years old. He's worth $7 billion, or I don't even know how old he is, 79 years old. He's worth $7.7 billion. He's probably not,
Yeah,
I really don't.
He probably socially, moralistically, he might support, what the players want to do.
Yeah.
But he's a capitalist. Maybe Trump and the Republican Party is good for his business, so that's who he supports.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Of course, yes.
I mean, I know plenty of people who support the president who aren't crazy about how he goes about saying some of the things he says or doing some of the things he does.
But they're thinking with their pocketbook, and they believe that Donald Trump is better for their pocketbook.
Right.
That's what they believe.
Somewhere along the way, we have lost the ability to discuss rationally, to agree to disagree without vitriol, and perhaps most troubling, we seem to no longer accept the notion or possibility to compromise. We have become dangerously polarized, and leaders in both major political parties are fanning the flames of political partisanship over public service. Terry and Sterling Heights.
You're so right, especially with the vitriol, and we even see that in our little world of sports.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the rivalry, Michigan State stuff, it's fun, it's cute, it goes, but some of it is absolutely absurd. And the hatred and the crap that goes back and forth, it's not even trash talking, it's disgusting.
Well, it's again, I don't remember the time when sports became personal. I really don't.
Right.
I mean, where it didn't just become, I think so-and-so is better than so-and-so. Well, you're a blank and blank,
Exactly.
and you're a blank suck-off, and you're a this, that, and that, and the other, and you're like, wait, what? I just said I thought so-and-so was better than so-and-so. And that happens in every sport, but particularly here, you're right, with Michigan and Michigan State. I mean, you can't say anything. I mean, if you were to say, I think D'Antonio's a great coach, I think Harbaugh's a great coach. You're offending
Right.
one side of the aisle by saying that. It's ridiculous. Owners over history have donated and helped candidates on both sides. This is more anti-Trump bullcrap. I'm sick of this country. You don't agree with me, so I hate you attitude. We are never going to agree on everything. People would rather watch the world burn than not see it the way they want. It's ridiculous. I don't agree with the last statement. In fact, I think if the only thing, there's a cynical theory out there, which I don't think is that far off base, which is the only thing that's going to bring us together again is some sort of catastrophic 9/11 type event, which brought us together for about 6 minutes back in 2001. And if that were to happen again, it would probably bring us together for about 2 minutes. And then it would push us apart again. So I don't think people would rather watch the world burn. But he's right. And particularly it's not even like we're dealing with a committee on player safety or a committee on giving new nicknames out to other NFL teams. We're dealing with a committee on social injustice, okay? So there's a lot of people out there, football fans alike. I mean, look, we did a lot of Kaepernick talk on our show, and I know other shows on this radio station, and the most common anti-Kaepernick rant was, doesn't that guy realize how good he has it? He's playing football for a living, making millions of dollars. Stand up and respect the flag the way everybody else does. And it's like, okay, well, that's your opinion.
Right.
But let me explain why maybe he feels the way. And again, that's why if you're Colin Kaepernick or Eric Reed or one of these players who wants to express why you're feeling a certain way, don't you also want to know why the people who are directing such vitriol towards you feel the way that they do?
Correct. And it's not just saying, oh, well, they're just racists. There are people, people believe in the police and all that stuff. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what it is. Because that's what they're protesting. They're not protesting the flag. But then the people who are mad at Kaepernick and Reed, they think that they're disrespecting the flag when the flag doesn't have anything to do with it.
I mean, some people think that. Other people are just, yes, there are a lot of people who agree with the whole, like, listen, you're playing football, you don't know how good you have it,
Right.
They should fire these sons of bitches, as the president infamously said. There are people who would agree with that statement. There were people that night when he was speaking at that rally who cheered it, but it's like, why do you think that? Well, I'd be curious, to sit down at a table. So bring in the Stephen Rosses, bring in the Jerry Joneses. I know he passed away, but Robert McNair, the owner of the Houston Texans, who infamously said, the inmates running the asylum. Now, you can't bring him in anymore, but I would have brought him in as well. And then bring in, and have an open conversation and find out, and maybe you will find common ground.
They don't even
understand each other.
One of the sides doesn't even have common ground among themselves. I mean, you have Reed and Kaepernick and I guess Kenny Stills, maybe, against like Malcolm Jenkins and the other players.
Right.
I mean, they can't even get along there.
But I would argue the owners are the same way. I don't
Yes,
think all
exactly.
32 owners are either.
No doubt about it.
8:30, coming up next is News with Heather on 97.1 The Tickets.
Shopping for a new vehicle can become very frustrating, especially when you have credit challenges. Unless you go to Taylor Chevrolet to get your vehicle. Apply online for easy credit and get approved in seconds at TaylorChevrolet.com. Taylor Chevrolet always says yes and accepts all credit applications, guaranteed. Taylor Chevrolet has many one-owner clean Carfax pre-owned vehicles available. Get the credit and a new reliable vehicle you deserve at Taylor Chevrolet. Go to TaylorChevy.com and start driving today.
At Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, we're for teachers, not just teachers. If you've ever taught a lesson about anything in life, you can join MSGCU. We're for anyone who's ever taught someone how to flip a pancake, play euchre, put on makeup, or parallel park. Anyone who's taught someone how to choose the perfect outfit, find the Big Dipper, change a tire, or play the piano. Because we know that even the smallest lessons can make the biggest difference. So we're dedicated to giving all the teachers out there a better way to bank. With great rates, convenient mobile services, and terms that are as friendly as our people. So if you've ever taught a lesson and you live or work in the Lower Peninsula, a Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union membership can help you get the most out of life and your finances. It's easy to join. Stop by a local branch or visit msgcu.org and see how everything we do is about friendly money. Insured by NCUA. There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere. Your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
At Westin Hotels and Resorts, our entire reason for being is your well-being, which is why our wellness offerings are curated with one thing in mind: you. An Eat Well menu crafted with fresh ingredients, an on-demand fitness gear lending program that allows you to pack light and stay fit, and our heavenly bed that helps you conquer the day by giving you a restful night. All of it just for you, so you can rise. Explore at Westin.com, a member of Marriott Bonvoy.
Family meeting time.
Dad, we're busy.
1 second, honey, I'm just finishing my show.
Well, I went to T-Mobile, and for every iPhone XR you buy, they give you another. So I came home with 4. But I guess everyone's too busy.
Wait, what?
iPhone XR? Sweet.
Oh, I want the red one.
Oh, yeah, the battery life on those is sick. Okay, wait. I get the red one.
I thought you were watching your show.
I was. And now I'm going to watch it on this baby.
Right now is the perfect time to get an iPhone XR at T-Mobile. Because for each one you buy, you get a second one on us when your family gets a Plus plan. That means for a limited time, you can hook up the whole family. Hurry to a T-Mobile store or call 1-800-T-Mobile today.
You get 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax. 2 or more Plus lines and finance agreement required. Contact us before canceling your credit stop or remaining balance due. 64 gigs, 0 down plus $31.25 per month for 24 months. Pre-credit price $749.99, 0% APR.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
College football is almost here. Tune in Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. for the Tickets Special Edition College Football Preview Show with All-American John Jansen and Dennis Fifield.
It is 8:34. Tigers win a historic game last night, defeating the Houston Astros 2-1. They'll go back at it tonight. Garrett Cole for the Astros, Jordan Zimmerman for the Tigers.
And it's time for news with Heather Park. Heather, you all right over there?
Yeah.
That coughing.
Yeah, I've been coughing lately. I'm all right.
You stop doing
okay.
that. Stop doing that.
All right. You guys, if you could find out exactly when you were going to die,
No.
would you want to know?
No. No way.
No. I mean, I the same as you answered so quickly. I'm a hard no. No. There's no way.
I guess. I don't know. I go back and forth on it because if I knew, let's say, I knew I had, 12 years left, let's say.
Okay. Okay.
I'd want to, there are a lot of things I'd want to do to make sure I got it in those 12 years.
Well, Stoney, you should live your life like it's every day is the last.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should. Yes, you should.
Not spending all your money, but
No. I would definitely not want to know. But apparently, for those that